Hi everyone, I'm Neha, the introverted sister. Welcome to Chocolate and Spice Talk.
Hey everyone, I'm Nidhi, the extroverted sister.
So, we'll be talking about our experiences with giving gifts and sharing ideas we've learned over the years. All right, so with that, Nidhi, I'll start with you. Do you think your personality shapes how you approach to gift
I just
giving?
feel that giving gift is my love language, both receiving and giving. But when I give somebody gift, it just means that I thought of you. I see you. Sometimes I can be overwhelming. My husband thinks I'm overwhelming with gifts. We are recording this end of November, and I already have my Christmas tree. I already have like five gifts packed under the tree. And every year he sees this and he has a panic attack because he sees that I'm getting so many gifts and he knows a lot of them are his, and he is not just like me. So he's like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Don't, you've known me for so many years. You know this is me, so don't worry about it." But it still catches him off guard sometimes. And the same with the return gifts. Whenever I host events at my house or there's Vikram's birthday party, Diwali, I always have a return gift. And it's my way of showing appreciation that you took out time from your busy schedule, you showed up at my home, and you just enjoyed and thought about being part of this community. And I just appreciate that so much. And it's never about the price tag. It's just the act of giving because it's extension of my heart. So what about you? You are so good at gift giving. I've learned so much about you, but how do you feel about your personality plays a role in this or not?
And I do think personality plays somewhat of a role for me as well. So I'm on the other end of the spectrum, very introverted. I've always been introverted, which means like I take time to think about things more just because like I don't spend a lot of energy socializing. So I do remember going back to my childhood just because like I have realized it's not a learned experience, it's something I just like to do. So I remember like I had made so many different kinds of gift. Uh, you obviously probably remember the gifts I gave to you. Like I remember for Papa, I once made a handkerchief. Like people used to have carry handkerchiefs, and like I embroidered his initials on that. For Mummy, I once made a whole magazine of different things that she would have liked. A kind of like a scrapbook, kind of like, but I called it a magazine and yeah, just things like that. So I think I was always the kind of person who wanted to give very personalized gifts, and that's carried me over throughout my grown up years as well. So after I got married, that's what I tried to do for my husband and for my son. So yeah, I do think my personality shaped that a lot because for me, it gave me a lot of intrinsic joy to see people light up when they'd get something and they absolutely did not expect because they just didn't even know that I knew that about them, or they were just shocked that I spent some time on that. So, yeah, that gives me immense joy. I'm again not a very social person, which means I don't host a lot of events in my own house. But whenever there are birthdays or some events, that's the approach I
Right.
take.
I have no expectation from anybody. That's how I like to live my live my life, especially when it comes to like birthdays or bigger events. I buy my own gifts, and that is what makes me happy. So I'm not expecting my husband to give me something or create an experience for me. Like, I think all of us are responsible for our own happiness, and I just try to do that for myself. And different people have different ways of showing love and appreciation. Like, my husband would never ever give me gifts. That's not his thing. He's really poor at giving gifts, but he would take care of like so many other things, like, taking care of the car, taking care of some other things, and that's his way of showing appreciation and gift and love throughout the year. So yeah, how do you feel about like setting the expectation for gift giving?
If I get gifts, I am super overjoyed. I really, really appreciate the thoughtfulness in receiving gifts and being given gifts, but it is not an expectation. Same for my husband. He's not here, so I can just as well say it. He's almost never given me any gift. Not almost, he has never given me any gift, period. And that's the way he operates. He made it very clear very early in our relationship. We've been married for 21 years now, that he's not a gift giving kind of person. And I'm like, that's fine, I am. And I'm gonna give you gifts and don't feel guilty about it. Just take the gifts I give you. You don't have to reciprocate. And so I still keep giving him gifts every year and totally okay because I buy my own gifts and I'm extremely happy with that. And same for my son, who's also He's a grown up, but I don't think he has taken my approach. He's taken his dad's approach, so he's not great at giving gifts either. But he loves receiving gifts, and I do the same thing. I do give him gifts that are very personalized, but then if I don't receive, it's fine. Obviously, I expect gifts from unity, so don't take that as a sign. For not, like, I absolutely depend on that.
Yeah.
But jokes apart, yeah, for me, it is the act of doing it for someone and the care that I put in. That's the gift for me. Like truly, I enjoy doing
Like
it.
my husband doesn't care about anything. It's like he has already told me, don't buy me t-shirts, don't buy me shoes, don't buy me anything. So I'm like thinking about like what can I truly do to, give show him the appreciation that he'll truly enjoy. So
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, that's true. Like just like you said about Siddharth, your husband, my husband is very good at caring for me and showing me his love and attention every day, every weekend, like on every occasion. And that does not have to be through physical gifts. It's usually we're going out somewhere, or, he's making something for me, or he's just making me feel very special in many other ways.
my gift giving philosophy has changed over the years too. Like initially I would buy things from, literally things and just give it to people, but now I'm certainly more intentional. Even if I have to buy like physical gift, I'm very mindful of from where I buy it. Like it has to be from a smaller corporation or smaller business, so that I know that that money is going to supporting a small business. So nowadays I shop exclusively at Etsy. I support local Austin businesses. And so I just feel that that has like two layers of meaning, like gift itself and the story it came from. So that is very important to me. And also, I think we talked about it already, the experience. Like for my husband, for birthday or Christmas, since he doesn't want me to buy him anything like gift, like physical gift, I buy experiences for him. What that means is I book a ticket. Like I create an end-to-end experience for him. Like I will book the flight ticket, I will book the Airbnb, I'll book the car, and I will make an agenda of like 2 or 3 days wherever we are going to be. So that that is off his mind. He doesn't need to worry about it. But that is something I create for him, and that is something that really comes in handy. And since I'm a planner by nature, it really it shows the love, effort, the time that I've put in giving him gifts. What about you? Like, has your philosophy changed over the years?
I still believe very much in giving gifts based on what I think people will enjoy most. Of course, I might be off the mark by margin, but again, to me, it's like the thought that counts. And I hope the person who's received the gift realizes like a lot of thought and care was put. So I associate gift giving with showing that somebody cared for you so much, they thought about you so much, they spent this time, not just money. Like to that point about philosophy, yes, I think when I was younger, I would often think, well, the more expensive it is, if I could show that I spent so much money, then it would show the worth of my gift as being more. But over time, that has like how much could you possibly spend? There is no end to like competing on spending. And so really it's like what would have worked most, and it could be, to your point, something from an Etsy store, it could be something more expensive, or it could be something handmade. Like I know a lot of who are listening to our podcast might not be able to see it, but this is slightly more visual talk show, so I'm going to be showing this very
Oh.
sweet painting. So I truly appreciate this because Vikram, your son, obviously, made this gift for me, like painted this on a wooden panel last year when he was just 6 years old, because he knows one that I like hand painted things and he likes painting. And then he even asked me, like, what colors do you like? What kind of, like, he knows I like flowers and I like all the ducks and trees. And he made sure he painted that. And then you packed all of this and you sent me. And it is such an incredible thing. Like, how how am I not gonna appreciate this? It's like labor of love. So that's what I really like, in my opinion, that's what truly touches your heart, because often the things that are sent thoughtlessly um are then used thoughtlessly, and that may or may not work, like, but for me, like, that's the philosophy
So,
of
how do
it.
you teach this to kids? And especially right now in this consumerism world that we live in, like I am totally guilty of it. I buy Vikram way too many gifts whenever we go out, and I have slowly started reducing it. But we have simple rules at home, like he has to thank the person who has given him the gift. So I make sure that he acknowledges, he understands that, all right, even before you open it, you have to, even if you don't like it, doesn't matter. Somebody put so much thought and gave you something, you have to appreciate it. We also talk about gifts from heart, like things that doesn't cost money, like making a card, like giving somebody a compliment or giving a hug, sharing a joy. So it's like a part of gift giving. So we also talk about generosity. It's like giving gifts, like
Yeah.
how can you donate your toys, how can you if there's a portion of your pocket money that you want to give to a charity. So we sit down and talk, like this is a part of gift giving. Like in holidays, you are going to receive, he has a list of like 10 gifts he wants. And even if Santa plus me gives him like 5 of the gifts, like not every kid in the world is fortunate. Like what can
Hmm.
you do
Hmm.
from what you have to contribute? So basically, I also try to model it. And he has seen me support small businesses. We go to farmers market, we buy a few things from like real people, artisans, and the farmers from there. So he knows that there's planning involved, there is like a lot of thought process. I keep asking him, it's like, what do you truly want? Is there something you truly need? Like, is there something that is like luxury? Is it something you need? Is it something you're desperate for? And then I tell him to do the same thing. It's like, Mama, what do you want? And it's like, what do you think I want? Like, you know me, you live with me. So do you have a thought process of what I could want? And he's like, I think you want dumbbells. And I'm like, that sounds about right. So, but yeah, so I think, you have done such a wonderful job with like Aryan, that, he has been very, uh, very satisfied with the gifts, and he was always very grateful. Now obviously he's so old, it's hard to give him something, but even when he was little, he would be like, all right, there's only one thing, and he has thought about it very, very, very much, that this is the only thing I need. And if you try to overdo it, he'll say no, no, I'm good. So that is something that I think we should teach our kids, to put the thought behind any gift giving process.
Yeah, yeah, you put it exactly right. Like, that's the thing I tried to do with Aryan. He was very much into Legos as he was growing up. And so instead of surprising him and then maybe getting him disappointed, because I kind of knew what he liked, I would make sure he understands this is what he's about to get. And so his mind is made up and he is able to anticipate the pleasure and then, like wait for the pleasure. Like those are also like life lessons, right? You don't get immediate joy. You don't always look for the most immediate, I'm forgetting that word, like gratification, right? It's okay to work for something or wait for something and then get. So he has been actually really good. He was never the kind of kid, even growing up, to ask for a bunch of different toys or like the most expensive things. We would negotiate. He was like, this is a rather expensive big Lego. It's this much expense. Can you wait until Christmas for that? And he'd be like, okay, fine. And so he'd wait. So he has been very good that way. And even today, like it's impossible to give him anything that will give him any special, like happiness because he's okay with whatever he's getting. So for him, I tend to make stuff that are again very personal. At this stage, he's 20 years old now, so he's not gonna be playing with Lego. So maybe some books, like he's very much into cinema and classic cinema. So once I got him this vintage book on cinema. And then once I painted this whole thing, and if I'm able to, I'll post that picture. I made this whole big painting for him. Like every time when he was in high school and when he'd be going to school, I'd just start painting. So it's a surprise for him. And it was a full painting that kind of represented what he and I make fun of, but in the context of a movie that he and I both love. Yeah, so those are and I could see his shock. Like that was the one time I saw him, I was like, no way did you paint it? Where did you buy it from? Like, no, I painted it. And the reason I do all of this is one, to give him joy and show him how much I care for him and how much time I take for him, but also so he can model it and he can do the same thing for others over time. So, yeah.
It was one time for Aryan, your son. I don't know if he was 16, 17. He's really into movies, right? And his taste in movies is like too high-fi for, for me. But he has watched all of the Oscar-winning movies. And didn't you buy him like posters? Wasn't there a stage where he was only into vintage poster? Because I remember going to Etsy and buying him a specific poster. So yeah, that was something like he truly loved. And you told me that when I was struggling to get him something, it's like, he's into these movies, so these are the three movies, and this is his style. Like, it cannot be just a poster of a movie, it has to be a vintage style, very artistic kind of a poster. And I was able to find something on Etsy. Yeah.
And he loves it. He has them all in his room. So yeah, that's a great reminder. And I think you also once sent him a movie collection, all the
Yeah.
Oscar-winning movie
Mhm.
collection, which was amazing. Yeah, so hopefully that helps kids learn like the basic philosophy of gift giving and gift receiving, which is really to ensure folks feel loved and cared for, and there is joy all around. But here's an interesting question for you.
Mhm.
What has, if there has been one, what has been the best gift you've ever received?
Uh, okay, this has to be a gift that my husband gave me. As I mentioned to you, that he's not great at giving gifts. So his concept of giving gifts is electronics. He cannot think beyond electronics. But there's only so much electronics you need in your life. We have been married for 15 years. We have run out of all the electronics we could possibly buy. There was one time he even bought me electric toothbrush, but that's a different story. Anyway, so the I think the most impactful gift I've ever received was like 2 or 3 years back, and that was a brand new iPad. And you would think like, what's a big deal in iPad? But the thing is, he actually got me an iPad. He downloaded some of my favorite books in it, in the book section, and he made it ready to be used. And I always thought that I'm the kind of person who loves to touch book, like physical book, and read it. And I would buy book, and I was keeping all the books. There's a little library section in my house, and when I would travel, I would have like thick, my backpack would be heavy with like couple of books. And he said, just try this, just try this, your carbon footprint would be low, and you we can share books, just give it a try. And that totally changed the way I read books. I read so many more books just because of the iPad that I have, and that we have like a book library in there, and we share books. And we can read the same book at the same time, which is really fun because we can talk about it. And I think the thought behind it was so wonderful. And even at night, when initially I used to have physical book, I had to like turn on the light, and now with the iPad with the blue light, you can actually sleep and read. So nothing revolutionary here, but I it just changed my thought process of how I'm reading book. And I'm so happy that I don't have to now buy any of the physical books anymore. So that's a big one. And I do want to mention one more from my son. And last year for my birthday, he made a portrait of me. So I think he went to school and he said, oh, it's my mama's birthday this week, whatever happened. And his teacher said, all right, so why don't you look at the human face and you imagine your mama's face and make it. It was a disgusting picture, but that's a different story. But he tried so much. He put those little pearls because he remembers me with, like, sometimes I wear pearls and there's hair, and he drew the eyes, eyebrow, and it just, and he gave it to me, and I could see the sense of pride. And I'm like, I'm so happy that I framed that picture. It's in my bedroom, and maybe we'll post a picture of that. But that's, again, it's a thoughtfulness, like, oh my god. I usually throw all of his artwork because I'm not that kind of a mom who who keeps all that clutter. But that picture was like so special, and he's like, do you like it, do you like it, mama, do you like it? It's like, oh my god, what is there not to like? But yeah, these two are something that I did want to mention as the most wonderful gift I've ever received. How about you?
Yeah, I, of course, love a lot of different gifts. You've given me so many beautiful gifts, and I really value them. I actually can think of two different kind of gifts by two very different people that I really appreciate for very different reasons. One is actually from our nani, our grandmom, who's not with us anymore. But in my wedding, she had actually given this very beautiful, like a black chain. It was threaded with gold thread, so black thread and gold thread chain. And it was very sweet. I don't know why, But the way it was given and the way mommy explained to me that she had saved her money to buy that and give, I'm like, I absolutely appreciate it. It's one of my most favorite things to have, and I figure out ways to wear it, a lot. So that's my one of my treasured gifts. And the second one is something my son gave. Again, my son is not a big gift giver, but when he was very little, like when he was 6 or 7 years old, while returning from school, he used to get these leaves. So he kind of figured out that I like old dried flowers and leaves. And so he would pick up one leaf every single day, dried leaves that have fallen and have dried up, but they were of the same tree. So it's so beautiful. Like, and he'd bring it from me. Sometimes he'd bring a whole thing in his small hands. And when we'd pick him up, he'd be like, Mom, I got these leaves for you. And it was so sweet and just so touching because, again, I don't actually know why he was doing it, but I think he was doing it because he kind of wanted to show me that he realized that I like leaves. I put them all in, like bags. And I actually made a decoration out of that. So I have 3 bags full of all the leaves he brought when he was 6 years old, and now he's 20, and it's still hanging on the wall because it touched me so much. It was very thoughtful, and it was not a special occasion. He just did it because he thought I would like it. And every time that I'd appreciate it, he'd get more of it the next day. So it caught on, and yeah, so I appreciate that a lot.
It's people who know you, they know very well that you like flowers and dried leaf. Like even Vikram knows because he has seen so many things. And
Yeah.
even now when we go for nature walk, he's like, and he'll pick up leaf. Do you think Mossy will like it? And I'm
That
like,
is so
I'm
sweet.
I'm pretty sure she'll really appreciate this dry leaf.
Very easy to please.
Yeah, that's true. All right, we are towards the end, so let's do like a quick, uh, you know,
Yeah.
quick round where maybe we can give some ideas to people who are trying to look for some
Mhm.
gifts. So I'll maybe start with Vikram. Like if you have small kids, like as much as I dislike buying Legos because they have plastic, I have to buy one of them this year because that's he has like 10 Legos. I have to buy at least one of them.
Yeah.
But apart from that, there are different brands that have puzzles, but they are wooden puzzles. And I've truly started appreciating
Mm.
it instead of buying those plastic puzzles because when you buy wooden puzzles, you can actually frame it and put it in the house. So that's like a more sustainable gift to buy. So that's like higher quality wooden puzzle. And then I have my son is also really into creative writing these days. Like he's making up stories, and now there are creative kits in the market that will give you like books, stickers, and they will start like once upon a time there was this. So it gives you some prompts that will help you develop your creative thinking. So that's a really good thing for kids to develop. So those are few of the ideas that I have in mind for little kids. Anything for young kids, or maybe your son is older, anything for that age, teenagers that you can think of?
Actually, no, but I quickly wanted to throw in something that we haven't touched about, which is packaging of gifts and how you make people feel via the initial look of the gifts. So again, this is a visual thing, but I what I tend to do is like I will have all of these. I will collect ribbons and stuff. Like I have boxes full of these. I don't throw away when I get them, or sometimes like old cloth, just these strings, and I just store them. So I use these to wrap around the gift so that I don't waste every single time buying a whole lot of ribbons and wrapping paper. And then the other thing I sometimes do is figure out what are the more unique, innovative ways in which you wrap gifts. So one of the ways that I really like is very simple wrapping paper, like a brown paper, and very sweet, ribbons. And then sometimes I will use flowers like this lavender or some other dried flower. You know how much I love dried flower. And I will put it on that. And all of that just shows that you care, like there's something distinct about it. Another one is I often collect a lot, these kind of cloth. Sometimes the dresses are old and you cannot really donate them. And so I tear out the cloths that I like. And then you can actually wrap gifts with those, like just literally tie this around. And this was more, I was inspired by how at least when we were kids, if you remember when we'd go to marriage and all, people would use cloth to give, especially to family gifts. And that was so beautiful, so organic. And these cloths are very beautiful, like this is silk. And that is reusable. You can use it for another gift giving or as a scarf or whatever. So just wanted to share that even how you present the gift is a huge win because you can add a lot of thoughtfulness on that. Even if it's like you said, like it has to be a store-bought gift, say it's a Lego, but how you pack it and how you excite people also makes a lot of difference. And then I have these cards that I actually sometimes just cut out paper or thicker cards, and then I will use my handwriting to write something funny or something sweet. And that is like when people will open, they will read it. Like I would have written, "Hey, something merry for you," whatever. Like I can't think of
Mhm.
anything fun. And again, that is a special addition to it. So yeah, that would be my advice. Like if we these days a lot of gift giving is online, but if you're able to meet in person, how you wrap and how you present it has almost equivalent weight as giving gifts.
I truly agree. And you are so good at it. That this is one thing that clearly skipped my mind because it's never on the top of my mind. Presentation is not like a big part of my personality, and that is a part of your personality. You've always been so good at like packaging it up and making it a whole experience. Like you are a true designer, right? You always think of experience end to end, and that has been like even with a ribbon, or even if you pack it with a brown paper. I know you have not been buying like wrapping paper, and you have been utilizing what you have, but you put so much thought into just from the moment somebody lays eyes on it, from opening it and creating the whole experience of opening the gift and then looking at it. So it's just so unique, so beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. And what are your some of your ideas for grown-up gifts?
For grown up gifts, one thing that I truly enjoy doing for you every year is making the calendar. So, in the
Mm-hmm.
last couple of years, for my sister, I have been making a calendar that I send her like in January. And what I do is I collect her family pictures like throughout the years, that we have like a WhatsApp channel between me and a mom, us and a mom, and we post a lot of pictures. So I randomly pick like few pictures, put it throughout the month, and make a calendar out of it. So this is like something that you wouldn't do it yourself, right? Because this is something that you truly enjoy with somebody else does it for you.
Mm-hmm.
So that is something I truly enjoy doing it for you. For my husband, it's very clear that he doesn't want any physical gift. It has to be long lasting. It has to be meaningful. He's really into cars, so sometimes I might give him like a detailing coupon for a car. And I know that he really likes getting like a facial or something sometimes. So, and he wouldn't take the time to go make a reservation. So what I'll do that for him and make sure the time is set, everything is ready. All he has to do is just show up and go and get that experience. So yeah, but for other friends, I know some of my close friends what they truly like. Few of them are in Star Wars stage, and some of them really like Star Trek, some of them Harry Potter. So I just know there's a theme, and I try to cater to that theme and keep it like really personalized and something that shows the love, attention. If they're different phase of their lives, if they're in the skincare phase versus something else, I just pay attention. As you mentioned, like thoughtfulness is what it matters. Is everybody can buy anything for themselves most of the time, but like what is that you throughout the year have paid attention to, and then you make an experience for that person is what I think is beautiful.
Yes.
Any tricks up your sleeves for gifting?
And it's the same thing always, right? Like just paying attention to what that person might need. Like you're really good with giving me gifts because you and I both know I'm very hard to please in gifts. Like give me a flower, I'll be very happy. But if you're giving me a physical thing, it has to be thoughtful. And you're so good. Like once you got Millie's face made on that glass painting, it is I absolutely adore it. And your calendars are always hanging on the walls. And you've given me so many things. And a lot of other folks also have given me very beautiful gifts. Like our sister-in-law also is very, very thoughtful about how she gives gifts, and she totally understands the kind of things we like. Like she often sends us these sweets in Diwali and other occasions, but she knows we don't like to eat a lot of sugar or a lot of fat and or milk products, and so she will try to find gifts or sweets that are have less sugar or have like dates use as sugar. So I think those kind of thoughtfulness count. And recently, what of course, like more for our listeners than you, we've started thinking about how can we show our appreciation to the guests who come to our talk show because they spend the time and they share all their wisdom. So we've started giving gifts to them. We have designed some mugs and some T-shirts that we're planning to give out as gifts. This is an example of like a water bottle that I don't know how much folks are able to read, but basically, this is like an introverted water bottle that says, "I'm not avoiding you. I am just introverted," and it has our brand logo. But the idea is, how can we show our appreciation to different people and make sure they are able to see the thought that we put.
Yeah, I was thinking about this one gift that I don't know if you remember, you gave it to me multiple years back. It was like 7 years back. I still have it. And it was a photo frame. And this is, well, most people know about it, but again, it's a thought behind it. It was a digital photo frame in which you put the pictures and you put a pen drive and you have random like pictures coming in, and Vikram gets such a kick out of it because I have his childhood first, like, who is that baby, who is that baby? It's like, it's you. And it has like 20 or 30 pictures that keep coming after a couple of seconds. So that's another good idea. It's like it's pretty common out there, but there's something you gift others, and if you can put some pictures in it and preload it, it's just
Yeah.
brightens the day. So
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's a good one.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed it. Like, we definitely enjoyed talking about gifts in general. This is the holiday season. We're going to be giving a lot of gifts and receiving gifts. And again, it all becomes a matter of how you show love for the person you're with.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any right or wrong way to do it. We all express it differently. We wrap it differently. We have to be a thoughtful, or whatever is our emotion, we express that in gift giving. So there is no right or wrong way to do it. It's just an experience. So thank you all for joining us today. I hope this episode inspired you with your gift with intention, joy, and in a way that truly feels you.
Yeah. And we'll see you all next time on Chocolate and Spice Talk. You'll find this episode anywhere you get your podcasts and more on our website, chocolateandspicetalk.com. We put a lot of effort in, posting blogs and behind the scene pictures, so you may enjoy that. And we also have our Instagram account, so don't forget to check us out there. And well, happy gifting.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.